Hello all. It's January 30th, early afternoon where we are. Today I want to talk to you about something very serious, but something that can help anyone who's going through this. That's actually just a solfeggio music background I have. One of my favorite tracks. It's 528 hertz. It helps to heal your DNA and upgrade your DNA if you believe in that sort of thing. If not, it's just very, very relaxing, and one of the things I like to use to meditate with. But what I want to talk to you today about is burnout, breakdown, exhaustion, mental and physical. They're very serious, and they can affect you and your family and relationships, your friends, but more importantly, you. I'm currently about 6 months into a recovery period. It's almost a year now that my mother died after being ill for a long time, which is a big source of stress. She never wanted to put stress on me, and we were planning our wedding in the summer. That was another factor. And to top it all off, I worked for a bit of a crazy place, which is something I'm going to get into in a whole nother video in itself. Long story short, at work, they'd send out sets of instructions for various tasks and things to be done. You would do them, and yeah, of course, everyone makes mistakes. I always admitted to mine. I took responsibility for mine. However, I would not take responsibility for mistakes that weren't my fault. Basically, a lot of times when they would hand out instructions, I would do them to the letter, and sometimes I'd even warn them that if you do this, it's going to cause a problem for whoever we're doing it for. But no one would listen. They said do it anyway. A couple of weeks later, a few days later, a month later, problems come up. And who, of course, do they blame? The individual. And it wasn't just happening to me at my place, it was happening to other people, other colleagues, and in different departments. People were just frustrated, and all of that was happening to me at once. I only took a week off after my mother died, and I didn't even get paid. My insurance plan didn't even cover dental. In the first 3 months of my recovery, I actually had to go on government plan because my plan didn't pay for it. Another colleague of mine had his mother pass away about less than a month after mine did, and he was back to work right away, running on exhaust fumes, if you will. Completely burnt out, didn't stop, wasn't allowed to take a break, and they didn't pay you for sick days either. But that's basically what caused my burnout for the number of years, the stress that my mom was ill. And believe me, I know she didn't want that. She loves me very much and never wanted that for me. But they say, at least for me, when a period of stress in your life, depending on how deep it is gone, they say that the body almost has to reboot because it was almost running on that stress, and because that stress wasn't there feeding it, well, guess what? So I had 3 huge elements of stress going on: the work, my mom, and the funeral. And although it was a glorious day, our wedding, just all the planning, and I have to thank my wife, because for the first couple of months, a few months of the planning, leading up to the wedding, she was doing a lot of it, and I'm very thankful for that. But I was able to catch up. When I was well, I was involved up until last spring. It got so bad, I had a doctor's appointment for June 1st, and it got so bad that the week before, I wanted to be, I was practically collapsed on the floor. I wanted to be checked into a psych ward to get faster help. About a month prior to last May, I was going through a thing where I thought I was burnout, or maybe just sick, but after 3 weeks it got better. Then I started to get a chest virus, but they did all these blood tests and everything. They couldn't find anything wrong with me, and they said, okay, you really are burnout now. They had to try the medication route. If you can avoid medication, it's best, but there's nothing wrong with it. I unfortunately need an SSRI due to a thyroid condition which is stable, which I'll get into another video. And it took me at least 2 months before I started feeling even semi-functional, and I still kept exercising on the advice of my doctor a few times a week, because when I didn't exercise, they tried resting me for a while, and I actually felt worse as the weeks went by and not exercising. And I eat healthy, that's another video altogether. So I went on leave, and still did the wedding. I was running on complete adrenaline, even though I was so happy. Then when we were away, all we did, it seemed, was sleep and rest and get some sun. And I was meeting with the doctor every 6 weeks. They tried adding more medication, and all it did was make me tired. So they had to reduce the amount of medication, which was another month or two before it started readjusting itself. And the one thing I can say that is really important if you're going through something like this is to have a support system from your partner of some sort. If not your partner, if you're a single person, there's nothing wrong with that, and that's another video as well. You know, parents, family, friends, it's very important. They have to understand there's going to be a lot of jealousy. People are going to get mad and say, oh, can you really afford to? And people act like your bank account goes to zero. That's bull. And what else? A lot of criticism. People at work are going to try and make you feel guilty, and they're going to try and make you feel guilty. And some places, we have friends, some places, workplaces, they'll call every week to find out when they're coming back. We've known people like that. And what else? It's very important to keep your diet in check, and that's another video. The one thing I learned from my doctor is energy management. So how you feel from one day to the next is different, and what's happened to me is some days my mental energy is high and my physical energy is nada. At that point, sometimes I still drag myself to the gym because I know I feel crappier if days go by where I don't exercise. But there are some days where I was just so tired I couldn't even shower or get out of bed. I'd sleep all day and not work out, not eat, because I was so tired. leading up to the burnout, I'd come home every day and I'd just pass out on the floor. I'd have to lie there for 20 minutes on the floor with my wife worried about me next to me, wondering what's wrong with me. I'd have to sleep there. And that's when I said, okay, something has to change. And that's when I went to my doctor again, back in early June, and told him this is what's happening. Insurance is paying for me. In your early mid-30s or young, there's people even younger, 18, 23, 25, and in their 40s who are coming in with these burnouts. Apparently the doctors told me that is a hard thing to go through. If you're somebody who's always been, active, vibrant, full of life, humorous, life of the party, I will say on an ego level it is hard. What we do, we basically stay in. I try and get 8 hours sleep a night. I don't stay up partying. Well, I don't even remember when the last time we went out for drinks was. We might have a couple of friends over and have a drink here, play some dominoes, have some laughs, make some food, go play pool or something, go see a movie, have a bite to eat. But beyond that, I have no drugs, no athletic and performance enhancing drugs, excessive alcohol, no, smoking, no, workout supplements or vitamins, no. And all I do is just try and get better. I meditate sometimes 1 to 3 times a day. I do chores around the house. Some days I'm too tired to even do chores, it seems. Other days I have lots of physical energy, no mental energy, so I end up doing nothing. And other days both are generally on sync simultaneously, which is good, and that's when I can get a good workout in, I can do some chores, I can have a bit of fun, which is, the doctor said, was quite important. A lot of companies won't look at it that way though, they said, okay, you should be in bed every day, but there is a story here in Canada about a girl who was on sick leave, and part of her recovery was to have some fun and get away from stress, which included a trip. She went on a trip and was seen partying, if you will, on the beach or whatever with her friends, and she got fired. Well, it turned out she was able to sue them. She got her pay, got her job back, and was given, then she wanted to leave that place. Then she was given a pretty good package, and she was able to start recovering. So, from someone else's point of view, you could say, yeah, go to work, pay your bills, but they don't know how you feel. Only you know how you feel. And some of my relatives, that's how they act. My father is pretty much on my side at this time. I don't think he realized how bad it was until I told him not too long ago that I almost considered going to a psych ward for help. Believe me, you feel like you don't have control of your life, but at the same time, you know that if you don't do something, you'll wind up in the hospital 10 times worse. To me, it's a no-brainer. Get the time off you need, rest, try and stay active but not too active, and when you start to feel better, like ready to go back to work or want to open your own business or whatever it is, take it slow. From what I've read on a general basis, at least from my experience, I can't speak for any of you, but if you go back too soon and start doing everything the way you used to, I've read that the second burnout, the relapse burnout, is even worse than the initial one. I have no idea when I'm going to feel like myself, and I know that part of it is due to the shift, the spiritual shift and all the energy. I feel it all the time, and in the back of my mind I keep feeling like there's something better, more positive, and we've seen some things and results in our lives and how I feel. The most important thing I can say is, from my point of view, is exercise, and I'll get into a little thing about workouts, but always check with your doctor. Have a good balanced diet. Again, check with your doctor to make sure you're not eating things that could interfere with something. And healing your mind and spirit. For me, both of them intertwined is what works. Sometimes not all at once, but within a few days apart. Healing that aspect. And I'm currently in occupational therapy. That's a lot for insurance purposes, but I think it also helps to go in and talk. So if you have an option to see a therapist, do it. Don't take it for granted. It actually does make a difference, believe it or not. And if you don't need medication, it's better not to. But if you absolutely need it, or medical condition, do whatever your doctor says. But for me personally, I try not to be on medications, even though I'm on a few for the thyroid and anxiety and so on. But always talk to your doctor if they think you need medication. Don't hesitate to listen. There's always room for second opinions. But the first step in all this is rest and acceptance of what it is, knowing your body, knowing your limits, and you'll go through different stages of ups and downs. Sometimes you go through up, 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 a down, or up, then down, 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 then up, 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 then a down, down. You get the picture. But just take care of yourself, and I wish you the best. And we'll get into a food segment in another video. Alright, take care, and peace out.